Do that again.
Okay. Hello and welcome to the Rant. Episode 8,
How's it, everyone?
Season 1.
Yes. Sam.
And we're back. Firstly,
Yeah.
John, that's a sick haircut.
So that's a very sick haircut.
That's that
It is sick haircut.
We're doing it.
No.
That's a sick haircut. And we're back in person.
First time since Ep8.
Yep.
What we do want to start off by saying is the Triple R system now has its own video. We didn't want to drop the amount of time we spend on the Rant Rask rating system,
Keep the main thing.
the main thing. But we don't want to be like, okay, here's a Rask, da 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 da. Like, we want to still go into depth. So, the Triple R system has its own video out on the YouTube channel, out on the podcast app.
We'll be in a different, file vibe.
Yeah.
And we're not going to put it on Instagram or whatever, but we'll just announce.
Oh, we'll let you know. We'll let you know.
We'll let you know on every episode
Yeah.
that we've done it because we want to keep the main thing,
Which is what we're here to talk about today, Sam.
there's a lot to be had.
There is a laugh to be had. Okay. Now, how it works. Okay. First of all, disclaimer: this is not YOLO.
No.
We're reinventing it and making it.
We're kind of flipping YOLO on its head.
Yes.
We're keeping it spontaneous.
Yeah.
So
So look, you get born, you go to school for 12 years, you go to varsity, you get a degree, you get a job, you get married, you have kids, you pay the bills, you retire, you die. That is it. That's how the world works. We're like, nah, that is so boring. You end your life, and it's just like, oh well, that was fun, I guess.
it's not the way I want to do it.
Yes.
I'm not saying it's the way it should be.
No, exactly. We're not saying that this is how everyone should live their lives. This is what we.
This is what we want to do, and if it sparks something for you, good.
Yes.
If it doesn't spark it for you, you're like, actually, you know what? I don't agree with that. Also good.
Yeah.
This is just how we want to go about it, and hopefully, a few people, maybe it tweaks their perspective on it a little bit.
Yeah.
That's our goal. Yeah.
So basically, I mean, it's kind of in the neck. There's a laugh to be had. There are things out there, things to be done, things to see, all that jazz. And now, for us, okay, the laugh to be had. At the moment, we're getting our degree. I think getting a degree is a good thing. Like, there are some things in life where things are just necessary. Like, the world runs on money. In order to survive, you gotta have money. Okay,
Yeah.
that's just.
If you want to live a life, a good life,
If you want to live.
if you want to live, you need money.
Yeah.
It's the way it is. You need money,
That's how it works.
and I think the world, society, again,
Every problem that we bring up comes down to society.
And yeah, I think we just taught to, it's a very linear way of living. That's the way we taught.
Yeah.
Society's molded us to be, and I just think that's wrong. I think it's actually incredible to me how the human race has created a category for people to go and do what they want to do. It's called a holiday.
Yes.
Have you ever heard of that? That should be, it should be the other way around.
It should
It should be
be.
the holiday and then work.
Like, literally, you go to your job, you get tired of it. Like, and if you do anything for long enough, you get tired
of course.
of it.
Everyone needs a holiday for something. Everyone needs a holiday or a break from something that they love as
Yes.
well. Like
Yeah.
with cricket, at the end of the season, I'm like, I'm good for a break now. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to touch my bag for a good couple of weeks.
Yeah. So we're not saying you can do the same thing for 100 years, but you go to work, and then I think it's like probably like 3 to 5 weeks, I don't know, per year that you get given. The world gives you 5 weeks out of 52 where you can go do what you actually want to go do.
It's insane.
It's actually ridiculous. You think about, like, you're here once on this planet, okay? And you only get 5 weeks a year.
5 weeks times
What? Let's say
How long would you?
That's like 400 weeks a year in your lifetime. Let's say if you're living to 80, that's 400 weeks.
But you retire, so let's just call it.
That's 60.
30,
So
30 years. So you start working from. 20, you retired 55.
45, 225 weeks.
You had 225 weeks from 20 to 55. 225
65.
weeks. Okay, let's just go to the max. So 65. 225 weeks.
225 weeks.
That's not.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
If we were wrong about that, then no way.
Doesn't matter. That's not what we're here to do.
That's not the point. We're just trying to give you the picture.
Yeah.
Right. And the picture is you don't get a lot of time
to do what you actually want to do. So now this is what we're saying. There's a lot to be had, and that looks different for everyone. We luckily are in a position where we can like go travel the world.
Yeah.
Like
some people don't have that option.
Yes.
And we don't actually understand anything about it, but
we understand that exists.
We understand that is there, and that some people aren't in a position to go travel, and the only position they're in is to some 21-year-old's poor, and he's helping his mom and his gran and his sister and his brother. We get that. We know that is out there. But in terms of the audience we talking to that have phone, like a smartphone and internet, we have the opportunity to go out there and like really live a life that we can look back on and say, I don't want 40 years of experience of engineering or teaching or this or that. I want 40 years worth of experience of life. I want 40 years of life experience, not only work experience. Work's only a fraction of what life offers.
Yeah.
And that's what people need to go
understand. The thing is, the life to be had, it's like different for everyone.
Yeah.
Like, and it's also based on your interests. Like for some people, there's going to travel the world, doing what you want to do that, and then you can go to your boring job or whatever and be like, cool, I did all my stuff and there. Or for you, it can be going after your dream job.
Dream job.
And we don't really like the word.
We don't like the word dream job because dreams aren't actually real.
Yeah. It's like an out there concept that you'll never really get to.
You know, you got. It's your real job. It should be just called your real job.
Yeah.
Because you're going to try and make it real.
Yeah. What's the job for you?
Your dream job is out there. It is a real thing. Else you wouldn't have thought of it.
Yeah.
If you've like thought of it already, it already exists. Now you got to go out and get it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And you can't just sit back. Okay, school. One line. Go to school. 12 years. Go to varsity between 3 and 6 years, whatever. Go get a trade. Now you go work a job. Come on, like, no. Unless that's what you want to do.
Yes, we're not we're covering ourselves with everyone. This is according to us. If your dream job, the thing you absolutely wanted to do in life, where you wake up every day and it's like, this is actually kind of like a holiday for me. This is what I want to be doing.
If you love it, that's the whole point. So if you're doing your dream job for 40 years, that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
So,
but the thing is, we're not gonna stick, or like for me, like ideally at the moment, at my naive 21 years of age, my life to be had is not sticking in the same job. Like moving around, ticking things off the bucket list.
So you want to go up to France?
Yeah, I want to go to France, go teach English in France. Not because I'm like so hung up on teaching. Teaching is great, I enjoy it, and I want to do it. But I want to go see France. I want to go see the world. I want to go do all this stuff, and you just have to have a job because that's how the world works. So that's where the teaching part comes in, and it's also something that I really enjoy. And like you wanted to go to America, to the snowfields.
Yes, I want to try to do that just for that's not going to be a lifetime job. Being a waiter or behind the bar or I don't know, cleaning the slopes at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But it's an experience. It's hopping on a plane, going overseas, somewhere you've never gone before. New experiences, a new way of living, culture. Okay, again, America's not, but it's a new way of living. Everyone lives differently everywhere else in the world. And it's going there for half a year to a year or 4 months or whatever the plan is. And just going and then coming back home and having knowledge or some life experience.
Even if you come back with nothing, at least you learn something.
You've got to learn something.
When you do something,
yeah.
like I'm a tutor now for the varsity, and I was like keen to do it, and I was also flipping scared. And I was chatting to Seb, and I was like, look, I'm gonna be tutoring, and I'm like, it's so scary. But I was like, you know what? If this absolutely goes to the dogs, if I'm the worst tutor the world has ever seen, okay, at least I will learn something from that.
Correct. Yeah, definitely. You know, like I want to head to America. I want to go to New Zealand. For cricket, I'm going to still see how it goes here first, but that is an option of being approached or whatever. So like that's the thing.
Yeah.
Where you got to have options for yourself, and a goal without a plan is just a wish. And you can't have no plan. We're not telling you book a one-way ticket to a place you don't know, Silk Soul, and just rock up there and be like, oh, well, now what? The Rant told me to come do this. Now I'm screwed. That's not what we're saying.
Yeah, like
There's got to be a plan behind the spontaneous act. There's got to be some form of, all right, I'm going over here for this reason.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to have fun. Yes, I'm going to have new experiences. But I'm coming here to do this so that one day I can go do that or become that. And that's the plan.
Yeah. Like, don't just aimlessly walk into an airport, pick a random ticket, and jet set off somewhere. Anyway, also, like, getting back to like where we are in life, and where most of the audience is in life. Okay, like we're trying
to figure it out.
Yes, I came up here for one weekend. Yeah. Okay. I had to pay for myself. And I was like debating, and I was like, yo, should I come up here? Like, I'm missing work and stuff, but that doesn't really matter to me. Like, what I'm getting at is there are certain barriers that prevent people from saying yes, from going to do the things. For some people, it can be like work. Like, can I just say, and I'm not condoning this, but there are some people at varsity, they do the bare minimum. Yeah. Just study for the test, don't watch the lectures, bum off on an assignment, just scrape through, and they got their degree. And I'm not saying that you should go do that. And I'm also not saying it's completely wrong. It's up to you. But what I'm saying is, like, at varsity, like, it's not just about working and getting your degree.
No,
like, there's other stuff.
There's other stuff that helps you grow and mature. Yeah. Can I give you a small example? Alright. I never really mentioned the haircuts. Okay. Here's a small example of what varsity's done for me. Like, I've like kind of found like my style, or kind of how I like to dress even. Like, I'm going like a very low kind of meaningless like example here. But this haircut, I would never have even dreamt of getting this sort of a haircut in first year. I'd be like, never. I'm one of those guys, I'm this, I'm that, but I'm like, actually, who gives a... No one cares. Yeah. Alright, first of all. Just like the gym, no one cares about you. So you just need to go and do what you want to do. Like, I was staying there and I was like, oh, give me a 1 into a 2 and then I'm sorted. And then I was actually, no, it'll look best if you go skin really low and then into a 1, then into a 2. I was like, what the hell? I actually told myself, I said, there's a life to be had. So I was just like,
go do it.
Zip, see you later. Yeah. No hair. And I'm like,
and like, if you don't try, you'll never know. Like, when I came up here, I was like for me, the thing that was like possibly gonna stop me was like money. I gotta pay like 1.5 grand to like haul my ass up here and all that jazz. And I was like, you know what? It actually doesn't matter. Like, in 2-3 years.
Exactly. Is 1.5 gonna matter to you?
No.
And we're not saying that it doesn't mean anything. It's a lot of money.
Yes.
But we're actually saying, if you look back on it, you're like, I'm actually glad I went.
Like, was it worth it? Yeah, way worth it. Like, we're a lot of memes, all that stuff.
Exactly.
But like, because I was even chatting to you and I was like, look, should I come up? Shouldn't? Like, what's the deal? And we're like, there's a life to be had. Go out, go do stuff.
Yeah. That's another spontaneous thing.
Anyway. Basically, be spontaneous, be adventurous, flippin' chase your dream job, whatever you want to call it. Like, go and actually try it out. Like, for me, commentating, I'd love to commentate. I'm studying a BA General with education.
And
like,
you want to be a commentator?
there is nowhere near, okay, kind of, but it's like not that's that way. Commentating's that way.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean like your degree doesn't define where you're going in life. Yeah. Like, if you want to do commentating, you're studying a BA General, doesn't mean like If only there was a commentating degree.
For me, exactly. Like, I'm studying teaching, right, or a BA General, which is going to take. I'm going to do a 1-year teaching course next year. It's going to take me into teaching, but teaching is the 4th career on my list. It's playing cricket, then it's coaching cricket first, then there's a slash for commentating, and somewhere along in there, in the cricket side. But let's just keep it simple: playing cricket, coaching cricket, sports psychologist, then there's teaching. Because I'm going to major in psychology as well. So that's the order. Teaching's 4th on the list.
Yeah.
And would I be happy being a teacher if I just went and straight did teaching? No, I wouldn't be. Would I be happy with being a teacher if I went for my first 3 and then I went for my 4th? Then I went. It just wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
So you got to just go, there's a life to be had, there's a life to live, there's a life to go and do, there's a life to go and experience. That's what needs to happen. Whatever way you think that you need to do it, whichever kind of path or order you need to like fill it in, that's up to you. But at the end of the day, when you're 70, you look back and you say, I lived a life. I lived a full life to whatever your circumstances allowed you to.
Yeah.
It's the best as I can put it, John.
Well, that's all that. So we're bringing out a new segment. Okay, it's called Phrase It or Erase It. And it's got absolutely nothing to do with the popular segment Keep It or Delete It, which they have on the Hamish and Andy podcast. Nothing to do with that. Anyway, I'm gonna put forward a situation, a scenario, a story to you, something to talk about. If it's worthy to be on the podcast, we will phrase it. We'll keep it in the podcast. Right. It'll go out to the millions and millions. If it's getting a no, okay, it's gonna get erased. They'll never hear about it. We'll never tell them about it. Taking an oath on the life of the rant that no one ever hears about it ever again. Okay. So here's the story.
Yeah. It's been erased. So option 1's been erased.
Yeah.
Option 2.
Again.
Because I wasn't gonna. Yeah. Option 2.
Option 2. Everyone goes to the.
Yeah. So it's not. It hasn't been erased.
No, it hasn't been erased. Or will it? I mean, wasn't that good?
It's good.
Is it?
It's stupid, but it's good.
That just goes cuts back. Everything's been erased.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Actually, I'm erasing it.
2 options.
Both of them got
2
erased.
erasements have been done.
I mean, I thought the first one was pretty good.
John, sign us out.
Anyway. Thanks for watching.
The first one was a shock. That was a terrible one.
It was such a good idea.
Sign us out, John.
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, tell 9,000 of your closest friends.
Please share this, guys. We really want this to grow. And, you know, we're not trying to become the biggest podcast in the world, but we want this to become something.
We enjoy doing it.
We enjoy doing it and something decently big.
So you might as well share it.
Just give it a share, put it into some groups. There we go.
Do all the stuff that YouTubers and all them say. Otherwise, we will check you in a week's time. Signing out. I'll point that snap again.